everyone, it's Jeret with Wagon Masters Travels. You know, being full-time, we've got a little bit of an issue. We carry everything that we own with us. However, we're in a toy hauler. We absolutely love it. It's a Grand Design Momentum 399. It's big, it's long. But one thing that toy haulers all have in common, their storage area is rather minimal. As you can see, pretty small. We went from a Grand Design Solitude that had about 3 times this amount of storage space. Now we've got to figure out how to do things. So every area that we have, we're looking at how we can deal with that space even better. We got one of the MORRYDE trays, so we can pull things in and out and get to the stuff in the back of the storage area a little bit easier, but we're still lacking. We need a little bit more storage, especially for things on the outside, so we don't have to hold them in our garage. So to give us a little extra space, we went and got one of the MORRYDE step boxes. It's going to go down here where on the old traditional type step used to sit. However, we've got the torque lift steps, the uprising, that flip up inside of the RV. So this comes with its own challenge of putting this box in, where normally you just take the old steps out after you put your uprising ones in and you bolt it in place. However, we've got a solid area here. So what we're going to end up having to do is we've got to cut this now. Now Grand Design did a great thing. They still have the brackets underneath here. So we don't have to deal with that. All we got to do is cut the skirting to make this box fit and look really good. So let's go unbox it, see what we got, see what we need to do. So let's unbox this. Let's see what we got. Ooh, pretty. So we got the side brackets. These are going to bolt up to the original mount like yo, with the box sitting right in the middle of them and bolt down on here. Pretty good solid brackets. They're not flimsy by any means. Good coating on them too. So let's set these over here. We'll just move that box out of the way. Don't need that. Need that either. Probably don't need a packing slip on the side. However, you do want to take the keys out of it, because that would suck to get this thing installed and have no way of actually keeping it closed. Put those over there. And here's some rattling inside. So you see the box is roughly about 1 foot by 1 foot by 2.5 feet or so. Okay, here's the instructions. Oh hell, we don't need instructions. It's not that hard. You just cut a hole in the skirting, make sure you don't go all that big. Bolt the brackets down to the existing brackets, put this in there, and bolt it up. All the bolts. Box is pretty good constructed. Looks like it's made out of 16" sheet metal. Nothing cheap by any means. Already pre-drilled for the holes to put in there. And what's nice means as it sits down in the brackets, that bracket's going to go in, the bracket's going to sit here. But what would keep it from wobbling around is inside of here, which we'll show when we do the install, you're going to have a bolt that goes in and presses against the outside. Keeps the top of it from moving around. This should work out pretty good to give us a little extra storage in that dead space that's underneath the steps. Let's go tear some stuff up. All right, we got this thing unboxed. It's going to look good underneath this trailer. Got all our hardware here. We checked, make sure everything's there. Got our brackets, the important part, so that we got something to mount it to. We're going to use painter's tape. Instead of marking directly onto the skirting, we'll put the painter's tape down where we need it and then mark on that. That'll help us be able to see the line a little bit easier because we got a black permanent marker, black skirting. We want to make sure we're cutting it nice and straight. Got our level here to make sure we are actually making our straight lines. That's important when you got to do this. A lot of steps are already mounted underneath. So when you put this box in, all you got to do is unbolt the steps, get them out of the way, and the box goes right in. We've got the torque lift uprising. Ours did not come with the underneath steps. So we got to start cutting. So let's get these steps out of our way, put them up inside, and then we'll get to work. So we got down underneath, found out this first bracket, 9.5 inch over from the edge. Second bracket is 28. We're gonna measure this, mark it, measure this one out, mark that one as well. Alrighty, brackets are mounted. Let's start cutting. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you very much. Please support us by liking us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Instagram, Our Village, and Twitter as we continue making smiles into memories.